So here we are this morning at LC Trucks in Oregon City, Oregon. We're going to go ahead and have a trailer hitch welded on the Roadrunner. So I'll get some video while they're doing it so you can see what's going on. As you guys know, I've done all the work to the Roadrunner thus far by myself, but things like welding on trailer hitches to a frame is not in my bag of tricks. So we'll see in a little bit and give you a little video of what's going on. Okay, so here we are inside LC Trucks, getting ready to have the trailer hitch put on. I just want to show you a little video of this place. It's like I died and went to truck accessory heaven. So there's all kinds of stuff in here. So you find a store like this, and this is where you're going to get your accessories whenever you're building a truck or a van or a bus like we have. Everything you need under one roof. Here they are, they're pulling the Roadrunner into the shop. Get ready to put the trailer hitch on. Ouch, almost fell down there. I guess you should look where you're walking when you're taking videos. Bus is looking pretty good. Here we go. We'll try to get you all kinds of pictures. Okay, say that again. This is Riley.
Right.
And what are you doing, Riley?
I'm gonna put a trailer hitch on this, what, F450?
E450, yeah.
E450, yes I am.
Okay, does it bolt on or is it a weld
yeah,
on?
so it looks like this is a universal one that bolts on. Not quite sure if it's made for this or not, so I might have to do some modifications to get it to fit, but I know we're gonna move the exhaust so that this will fit up in there and get to work on it.
Great. Are you gonna have to put the bus up on a lift or are you doing it all on the ground?
Because of the length of the bus, I'm not gonna put it on the lift. It'll
Okay.
just be too sketchy having it up that high. So I'll just do it on the ground.
All right, probably a good idea. All right, we'll check you out some more once you get going.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, Riley's under the bus now and he's fitting the trailer hitch brackets in. Looks like they're going to bolt to the cross members. I thought we were going to have to weld, but apparently it's a little easier job than I anticipated. So he's checking it out under there. He's looking at the exhaust to see if we have to move it to make this happen. And looks like we're moving right along. So we'll catch you in a little bit, take some videos when he's getting parts. I'll crawl under there and show you what he's doing. Okay, about 20 minutes have passed or so, and making some pretty good progress. You can see some new holes have been drilled here in the frame for mounting brackets. He's now actually mounting up the trailer hitch. Just slid it, had the other side already done. Slid it in this side with the bracket, and then the bolts go on there. Are those self-locking? I don't see any lock nuts. Are the bolts self-locking?
Yeah. So there's a nut plate on top that retains it so it can't spin.
Cool.
It's a nice carriage washer.
Yeah.
And then you have the bolt or the nut there.
All right. Looks good. I was actually wondering what kind of drop I was going to have to use on my hitch, but looking at the back of this thing, looking where it is, I don't think I'm going to have to use a drop at all. I think it'll be just a straight through. See it right there. And to my surprise, when I looked under the truck, I found wiring under here that's already, I'll crawl under there and find it in a minute, it's already wired up. So we just need to extend the plug a little bit. And it looks like when he drilled the holes, he coated it with a nice sealant so we don't get any rust. Another reason why I like to use a pro shop to do this, I would have actually not done that because I wouldn't have known to do that. So that's why we're here at LC Trucks. Looking pretty good so far. So he's getting there. You can see the whole bracket in here now. He just drew some lines. You can see them right there on the ends of the actual hitch itself, where he's going to trim them probably over on his bench to get it so it's nice and flush, so there's no overhang under here. Of course, again, if it was just me, I would just leave it because I'm lazy. But when you take it to a pro shop, you get a pro job. Okay, well, there's Riley under the bus. It looks like the exhaust was a little close. Was it about a ½ inch too close, Riley?
Yeah, about a ½ inch.
To the hitch mount, so that's why you go to a professional shop like LC. They're going to go ahead and move the exhaust and make sure that this all fits properly. So we'll see how we do once we get that all in there. Take a little shot under the bus here. Those are the cross members right there that the hitch is going to be mounted on. Actually, you can see the hitch mount on the other side right there, and on this side, so it'll go right across here, but you can see this little tiny bit of clearance we had here by the exhaust. So we need to move that. So we'll have to move what he's moving there. There's a hanger right here that looks like it'll have to move, but luckily there's a lot of holes pre-drilled in this suspension, so that shouldn't be too difficult for them to redo this. Okay, so he's cut the exhaust right by the gas tank on the other side, and now he's taking the hanger off that keeps things nice and secure at times towards the tail end of the pipe here. All right, did you plan on moving this over to the other side? Is that what you're going to do?
I'm going to see where the trailer hitch lands and then decide on which side it'll go on.
Okay, sounds good. So we're not sure whether we have to switch the side of the bus. Either way is going to work. But I think we're going to do whatever is most cost effective and time effective. So he's got the complete exhaust area in the back off here. Here is the hitch on the ground. And he'll probably be lifting that up in there and seeing how it fits. Okay, here we are in the back shop at LC Trucks, and they're trimming up the trailer hitch now to make it fit perfectly. You can see those lines. Let's see if I can zoom in here a little bit. And let's see what we got here. You can see him cutting it. Pays to have the right tools to get the job done. That side's already been cut. Nice and straight. This side's halfway there. And we'll see it when it goes back on the truck. Everything will match up. And it'll look like a nice professional job like I wanted it to. Another portion of the shop here. See the ends have been cut off of the hitch. And you can see these little white marks on here. And we're sitting next to a drill press. I'm no expert, but I think we're going to drill some holes in this thing. Okay, he's got some pilot holes drilled in the cross member there, and now we're over to the drill press where he's going to put the proper size hole drills in and get this all ready. Once he gets those holes drilled in there, then it most likely will be ready to go ahead and get mounted up. It's getting kind of exciting here.
Where you need 6 hands.
Okay, now he's going to drill the bigger holes in the cross member. A little oil to keep everything nice and lubricated, and here we go. Looking pretty good. And drilling through that steel is not an easy operation. You got to go nice and slow, keep it lubed, or else you get binds like that. Okay, the holes are drilled, and now he's just cleaning up the cuts, cleaning up the holes. I feel like I'm making a commercial for these guys, but once again, I gotta mention this is not something cleaning up these edges that I would have thought of doing, but I could see with me reaching under the bus for stuff, that sharp edge could slice my fingers open. So them dulling these down is really a plus. That's again why you use these guys. Again, I'm at LC Trucking, or LC Trucks at Oregon City, Oregon. Now we get to take it back over to the bus, I thought. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. Looking pretty good. Get a little closer. Everything is nice and cleaned up. Boy, those look good, don't they? Very, very impressed with these guys. Been at a lot of shops where they just try to get stuff done as quickly as possible. Not here. They're taking their time and doing it right, and I really appreciate it. Okay, the hitch is over in the paint booth. Looks suspiciously like an old container, but does the job. Getting all the exposed metal ends painted now so we don't have any rust problems in the future. And I think once this dries, it's almost ready to go onto the bus. About an hour into the operation right now. Okay, we're moving right along here. You can see he's got all the parts cut to length, all put together. Looking pretty good. Use the impact wrench to tighten everything up, and now the torque wrench to make sure we get the right torque on it. And he's almost done, and it's time to move on to the exhaust. really good. All right, time to look at the finished hitch. Looks pretty good, man. He did a beautiful job. You could see they put torque marks on. So it's got to be retorqued in about 500 miles, but because they've marked it, I'll be able to tell whether it moves at all. Everything looks really nice and tight. And now they'll move on to putting the exhaust back on, and we'll be on the road. So that's what it looks like. Roadrunner bus now has a trailer hitch so we can pull the Harley behind the bus.